have an issue with the whole women can only have one partner, but men can have many.
But
no,
that's a
like
cultural thing.
I don't care. Like the fuck.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Group Chat Unfiltered. I am Eva.
I'm Maxine.
And I am Felicia.
And today we're going to be chatting with you guys about relationships and different types of relationships. We're gonna get right into it by playing a little game.
Oh, I do like games.
I'm not good at games.
Yeah, but you're competitive enough that it'll work.
I know, this is why we don't play games with me.
It's too bad. We're going to play a game anyway.
Fine.
So a producer actually came up with this game. I'm very excited to give it a shot. It's essentially us identifying different kinds of relationships, but within the celebrity realm. So like, we're trying to guess what kind of relationship.
This is going to be intriguing.
Now, are we guessing their actual relationships or what we hope they have?
We're guessing, okay, there is, and all of this is speculated, obviously, like, unless there's documented proof of it, they're all speculated, but these are like what they're speculated to actually have as a relationship type.
And it's just a fun game.
Yeah,
so it's not, we're not accusing anybody. We're not saying this is what is actually, we have no proof. We have no guarantees. This is just a fun game for us.
And wishful thinking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so the different types of relationships are monogamous, open, polyamorous, and polygamous.
Okay. So maybe we should like explain the non-traditional ones first. Just like a little brief, quick, what we view it as.
Yeah, if you want.
Okay. So what are...
So there, I mean, monogamous, everybody knows what that is. It's just one and one.
Yes. One and one, stay together, like nobody else.
One cream, one sugar, standard.
Yeah.
Open.
So open is where you are in it's usually monogamous couples. They'll, after being together for a few years, they'll open their relationship so they're able to go and see other people on the outside, like kind of like having a friends with benefits within your marriage or relationship.
So add a little spice.
Yeah, add a little spice.
Little
but it's not like an actual relationship. Most of the times it's just sex. It's not really like friendships or relationships, boyfriend, girlfriend kind of thing. It's just you have your fun, you go back to your spouse.
And what's the next one?
Polyamorous.
So polyamory that one's actually a new one for me, but it is essentially where you have multiple different types of relationships, but they're all, what's the right word? Like you're not cheating. Like you could have, so for me, like I could have like 3 boyfriends and 2 girlfriends. And you just got like your mate, like you have, isn't there like a system? That delves even deeper. So there are different types of polyamory. So they're like, you can have the hierarchy, or you can have, I think it's like anarchy or whatever. But there's like within the whole polyamory world, there's different types of polyamorous relationships, and no 2 relationships are the same.
Okay. And
then there's also solo poly, where you're like a single person has multiple different relationships, but they don't have a main partner. Okay. If that makes sense.
That makes sense. And what's our next one?
And the last one is polygamy.
That one I don't want to touch, but so
isn't that like the one husband and multiple wives?
Yeah.
But TLC's got a new show where it's the one wife and multiple husbands.
Which so I'm down for that one.
I'm liking how they flipped that.
I don't like either.
Well, I saw a clip and the woman had 2 husbands and they were like cleaning the room and making the bed. And she's like, "You're not doing this right." And I'm like,
okay, I see the appeal of that.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't want to have be one of multiple wives. I don't know. It could be, I don't know if I can handle multiple husbands.
See, that's to me that's a lot of work. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not in the polygamous world, but I'm in the polyamory world, and that even that it's a lot. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of commitment and time. But that polygamy, that's just a whole nother level for me. I couldn't. That's a lot of expectations.
Yeah. And we're gonna go a little later on our preferences, but let's get going on this game because I'm gonna whoop your butts.
Okay.
And we'll let the producer keep score because our butts are not
Her face is like, oh, I forgot.
Yeah. All right. So our first celeb is Ashton Kutcher.
Oh, he's they're
monogamous.
Like
Full
100% monogamous.
Yeah, monogamous.
Like the way that they look at each other, like that.
Ooh, sorry, wrong.
That is amazing.
So Ashton Kutcher and Demi Moore reportedly had an open marriage. But now he's with Mila Kunis.
So that's what we were going based on.
Yeah, so we're going based off the most recent one. So I would assume Ashton Kutcher is now in like a monogamous marriage.
That's what
I would.
He's with Mila Kunis now.
Like him with Demi Moore, I could see that.
Yeah,
I could see the open whatnot. But him and Mila Kunis, like, I can't see them being in an open relationship.
No.
What's the next one?
But if they are,
like,
it's
I feel like we won. I feel like I won that one.
We both won that one.
Kristen Bell.
Oh, she's
monogamous. I'm saying monogamous.
I say open.
I don't know, because they've got like a fun relationship. I'm torn between monogamous and open.
I say open.
I don't think poly.
No, I don't think poly.
And I definitely don't think polygamy. Like, no. But I'm thinking it's between monogamous
She's with
and
Dax,
open.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They have like the
okay. Now thinking about him.
Wait, who's Dax again?
Dax Shepard.
Dax Shepard.
He's like a comedian guy. Like he's on a lot of like comedian shows and stuff. Recovering addict. They got 2 kids. How do you?
I'm still gonna say monogamous, but
wait, and who is the girl again? I'm sorry,
Kristen Bell.
Oh yes, okay. Sorry, no, monogamous. I was thinking of someone else.
Okay,
I'm going between monogamous and open.
Pick one.
I'm leaning towards monogamous.
I'm going with monogamous.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon here. I'm gonna go with monogamous because I don't want to lose.
Monogamous. Hey, knew it.
I was right.
I've watched a lot of interviews with the two of them.
They are hilarious
with
together.
the sloth.
The sloth?
Yeah, he for her birthday a few years back.
Sloths.
Yeah, she could not stop crying and to a point where she had a hard time talking. It was the cutest thing ever. I felt bad because she couldn't breathe, but like it was the cutest thing ever. Like she was so excited. Aww. Yeah, you gotta watch. You gotta find that clip. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube.
Precious.
What's the next one?
This is an old relationship. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
I think that was monogamous, but I don't think that was.
I'm gonna say that was an open relationship. 100%.
I think that was a hot mess, but
yeah,
also,
it was a hot mess. But
I also think that it was. I think for Angelina it was monogamous. I think for Brad Pitt it was open.
I think it was meant to be monogamous, but I don't think it.
Ever was. But if I had to choose one, I would say monogamous.
I'm choosing open. I have a feeling that was an open thing.
Hot open. Apparently,
winner.
Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie apparently had an open relationship during their 13 years together, with much of it attributed to their joint views on freedom.
Okay. And it turned into a hot mess. I'm just saying.
Megan Fox.
Who was she with? Wasn't
Machine Gun Kelly? Are they still together?
I
don't think so.
Oh.
The person, God,
who was she with before that?
That would have helped if you put the full relationships.
Okay, so not Megan Fox with Machine Gun Kelly. Megan Fox with I don't remember who she was with before that.
Well,
must not have been memorable.
I don't think they were monogamous. If we're talking about Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly, I don't think they were not monogamous. I think it would have been an open relationship, but I guarantee you there would have been a whole bunch of rules.
Definitely, because something happened.
Yeah,
something big happened.
Yeah,
like I swear it's like she shut down her social media for the longest time.
Yeah,
she like just radio silence on it, and then she just like popped back up, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, she's back." I have no idea what happened. I'm like, it's people's private lives. I have no freaking clue. I already know that my private life can sometimes be a hot mess. I don't like people knowing what's going on.
Yeah, I'm nosy, but I was not nosy enough to look into that.
Well, I'm going to say...
Brian Austin Green was the one she was with before. Who's that?
I think he's an actor.
Brian Austin Green.
So it's just before Machine Gun Kelly.
I can see his face in my head.
We're gonna need
I
some
can't.
visuals.
You said Brian Austin Green, and I just thought of the whitest face I could think.
Yeah.
I'm on Google.
That's literally all I could think of.
Yeah, it's a white man.
Well, of course. Brian Austin and Green as the whole name.
Yeah. Yeah, that's who I thought.
That's kind of what I assumed. Yeah.
I'm gonna say
I feel
Caucasian to the teeth. Like,
Oh, good God. He's interesting.
he's an American actor, rapper, television personality, and podcaster, best known for his portrayal of David Silver on the television series Beverly Hills 90210.
Okay. Didn't watch it. That's fine.
So he's older.
Cool.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna say polyamorous. I don't know.
I'm gonna say monogamous.
I'm gonna say open.
Okay. Well, now that we did that, one-sided open.
So you were right
Mhm.
the first time.
Yeah. Actors Megan Fox and Brian Austin Green allegedly had a one-sided open relationship at one stage, with Fox allowed the freedom for a fling outside of their marriage.
I couldn't agree to that.
I could.
Okay. The
Dolly
goddess, the one and only Miss Dolly Parton.
I
Oh.
adore her.
She's
I want to
adorable.
meet her one day. Oh my gosh, I love her. What are we
She's-
thinking?
I'm thinking
I'm gonna say open. That woman is free to the teeth. Free to the teeth.
I don't know, because some of her songs, I'm like,
There's her songs, and then there's who she is.
but also like I've seen some interviews and stuff like that. That is one woman you do not want to piss off.
I know, but that's why I'm saying it's probably open, because she needs the freedom to do whatever the heck she wants.
I'm
If she's out on the
torn.
road, she needs to shake them titties for someone else.
I'm torn between open and poly. Where she
I would say she's either open or monogamous, but I feel
Yeah.
like open because she seems like such a free spirit and like her own person.
I'm torn too between open and monogamous.
Yeah.
Like
I was gonna say monogamous, but honestly, I didn't know she was married.
no, I think she's married.
It wouldn't surprise me, but I don't stay on top of that. Like, I know like the activism stuff that she does, which I love.
Always and forever.
Mm.
Love the activism stuff that she does. But when it comes to her like a relationship, I don't really listen to that.
You know what? I'm gonna take a risk and say open.
I'm gonna say monogamous because now you guys are kind of torn.
Yeah,
I'm
like
gonna say open.
I'm feeling monogamous, but I don't know. Now you're in my head.
3, 2, 1.
Open.
You sound so thrilled.
Not open, but not fully monogamous.
So we all were technically kind of right.
Yeah.
Half point.
Relationship with Carl Dean, monogamy wasn't the priority. I've had crushes on some very unusual men, but Carl knows I'll always come home, and I'm not having sex with these people. I'm just flirting and having fun.
See, I like that.
Well, that's still not. You can still flirt.
So that's just like Taurus energy.
Yeah. You can still flirt as long as you're not like leaning, like you go to that other person instead of your partner for everything. It's like you ignore your partner all the time. Like, I don't think it's
I think it's
cheating.
like CC no touch.
Yeah.
It's like you can laugh and whatever.
It's
but
window
it's like, hey,
shopping.
listen, I'm like,
It's window
I
shopping.
have someone, like we can laugh and giggle and whatever, but really and truly, like I'm going home.
As long as my nibbly bits aren't being touched by somebody else, it's like we're good.
Okay. Gwyneth Paltrow. Are we talking Gwyneth Paltrow with what's his butt?
Blake Shelton.
That's it. I don't know why I was gonna say Blaine. I was gonna say like Blaine Sheldon.
Okay.
Oh, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, I
we're
was thinking Gwen
Stefani. We were all thinking Gwen Stefani. Wow. Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin. Okay.
Okay, I think that's monogamous.
okay.
I think that's
No,
monogamous.
I think that was hella open because those
Yeah.
two were weird, hippie, crunchy parents.
True.
Didn't she name her kid Apple?
Yeah. She's
She
the
did.
one who owns Goop.
True. Okay.
She's also the one that like literally, I swear to God, she just promotes anorexia and bulimia. Like she just
Oh, I
promotes
didn't know
it.
that.
Oh yeah, she literally like promotes like not eating a lot of foods and stuff.
That's creepy.
Like mostly waters. And she's super skinny and
Mm-mm.
it's just like
I'm
constantly
hungry. I'm not.
like
mm-mm.
you don't need to eat a lot of food. This is what I eat. I have like lemon water with lots of lemons and and I don't have this and I don't have that. And it's like, if that works for you and your doctor says your health is fine, great. But as someone who has suffered from an eating disorder, don't do that. Like, don't tell people's children that that's okay.
Agreed.
Yeah. We're going to have a whole nother episode for that because I got a lot to say about it. But like, just...
Okay, so what did we say? I said open.
Non-monogamous. I'm 100% non-monogamy.
I feel like they're control freaks. What?
I don't think I think open. Or like half and half. It can be half and half, or it's like open.
I think they're control freaks too. So to have it where it's non-monogamous I don't think that would ever be allowed. But I think seasonal openness. I think they would do seasonal
openness.
Yeah, like special occasions.
I smell fall in the air. Time to bring it in. Reel it in.
It's the Oscars. Let's go have some fun, honey.
Yeah, Peru. When there's a party.
All right.
See what's up.
Open. That's fine.
They are open.
Okay. So Akon.
What the hell is he married to? I know he has like 1,000 kids, but
I'm gonna say polygamous because this man, I've heard some of his interviews. It sounds like this man wants all the wives. I'm throwing it out there.
I agree.
I'm throwing it out there.
Like he has like 1,000 kids, so yeah. I'm gonna go with polygamy as well because like he's got like, I swear to God, like 100,000 children. He's got a whole bunch of kids.
Are we all saying
100,000
polygamy?
I think we're saying polygamy.
Like at least he's not a woman having to push all them out.
We are correct.
Told you he's got so many kids.
Akon has always been quite outspoken about his views on monogamy, coming from a polygamous Senegalese family where his father had 4 wives. Women aren't built to mate with one. Women aren't built to mate with more than one party. Men are. Yeah.
Like the fuck.
Yeah. The millionaire pop star and African investor revealed on the Angie Martinez show in 2006. I'm polygamist. I can afford to have as many wives as I can afford to have. All Africans believe in it. My dad has 4 wives.
You know what? If he can afford to take care of them.
Yeah.
Who's to judge? And if it can be a cultural thing. Like it's not common here, but there are other countries that have it. And if it doesn't hurt anybody, and if he can afford to support them.
I don't have an issue with that. I have an issue with the whole women can only have one partner, but men can have many.
But
no, like
cultural thing. Though.
I don't care. Like the fuck. If you want, I'm sorry.
Well, then
if
just
you want
don't
to
live
have
in Africa.
You know what? Fine. Fucking, I won't live in Africa because that's fucking bullshit.
Stay in Canada with our freedoms. And our housing crisis.
And there's a housing crisis everywhere, darling.
And our food issues.
You can take that to Galen Weston. So
I'm not thrilled.
Mr. Weston, fix that problem.
Yeah.
All right, so game over. I don't know if any of us were keeping track.
I was.
I was, and I won.
No, I won.
I'm just saying.
Oh, same points. Okay, same points.
So we were right. We both won.
Congratulations! I'm proud of you.
I was the top winner.
No, I was the top winner.
So we're moving into our main discussion topic, which is different types of relationships. First thing we wanted to talk about was situationships. And I guess kind of the stigma as well of a situationship.
So my brain always goes like situationship. That's just friends with benefits, right?
Yeah, I think it's just the new term for friends with benefits.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it seems to be.
No.
Which in reality, I think is a better term for it because you're not really friends with your friends with benefits. I don't think I know of anybody who's actually been friends.
I don't think I've.
Well, no. I think I've done it a couple times. Never mind. But in general, I don't think you're usually friends with your friends with benefits.
I've never really had too many friends with benefits. Like, don't get me wrong, I've had some.
I think I've had like one.
I think situationship probably is a better term for it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Benefits.
And I don't even think that it was really a friends with benefits. I think it was like I actually liked him, and it was just a friends with benefits.
But that's what happens though.
Yeah, you end up falling.
Situationship. One person ends up.
I was young. I didn't know the game. I'm wiser now, although I'm engaged. So out of the game, don't gotta play anymore. But anyway, so yeah, I guess situationships are kind of more your guys' forte. Well, your forte. Mine.
Yeah.
You're not a friend. You're not a situationship kind of gal.
my problem is for me to be intimate with somebody, I have to be like emotionally connected with them.
Yeah, so you are...
I'm demisexual. So like
Yeah.
I have to have like some kind of connection with that person where it's like leading to a relationship, something that's long term. So there are some demisexuals that can do friends with benefits and do it successfully. I am not one of them. I am the kind of person where it's like, ooh, we're gonna have fun together. Ooh, we're gonna have a life together. You know, like my brain goes that way. So it's either I'm single or I'm in a relationship. It's kind of I've tried the friends with benefits thing. I don't do well with it because I end up getting hurt, or I just go, I have no interest in this person, and then I go ghost. Because I don't want to hurt their feelings, but I feel like that probably still hurts their feelings.
It does. Ghosting is not a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like some of the TikToks and like Instagram reels and stuff that I've seen where people talking about situationships, like there are girls who are like buying them gifts and like all this stuff. So it seems like a little bit more like situationships almost seem like a little bit more than friends with benefits.
Oh, I'm not buying gifts.
Like, so
I have had, okay. So when it comes to situationships, I just learned about situationships like a couple months ago. And so I'm still kind of trying to understand it to its full degree. But the gist that I'm getting is that it's essentially friends with benefits. But if there are gifts and stuff involved,
that's confusing though. If it's like, okay, we're not in a relationship, you can do what you want to do, I'm going to do what I want to do, but I'm going to buy you gifts, I'm going to treat you like you're my girlfriend or my boyfriend, but we're not actually that. Like, that's confusing.
But the thing is that gifts aren't necessarily just a relationship aspect. Gifts, like, you don't just get gifts or give gifts just because you're dating somebody or you're in a relationship with somebody.
Gifts from a man that doesn't want something more from me.
Well, that's a different story. That's like wanting something and getting something.
No, but I mean like a relationship, like not just like the sexual aspect of it. I mean, like the only guys that buy me gifts are either guys that I'm in relationships with, or ones where it's friends with benefits and they want something more than that.
Oh, I've had it where, so like getting gifts for friends with benefits or situationships or whatever is being called now, it's not necessarily a bad thing because it's not just in relationships that you can get gifts. It's more of I was thinking about you, or they buy like a sexy outfit and they want to see you in it, or
so confusing.
But it's all based off of what is kind of either agreed upon verbally or the unspoken agreement, whatever it is that the two people have come up with.
See, this is why I have a hard time with like that friends with benefits and all that stuff, because if somebody was to do that with me, I'm going, okay, and like now what's going to happen next? Like, are we going to a relationship? What are we doing?
But that's because you like relationships. You want relationships.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's confusing. Like for me,
you're
buying me gifts. It's like, where are we going?
But I mean, I buy you gifts and we're just best friends.
Well, imagine that her way.
I think it's that like your mind automatically shifts it into being more than it is. And like, I always feel like this is like, I grew up with my brothers, right? Mm-hmm. I grew up with 3 brothers. I had no sisters. It's just you bitches.
We're so pleased.
And
she's so happy about that.
I know. Just
the love. And
I can feel
growing up with my oldest brother, for instance, growing up with him and his friends and listening to like, oh, you know, just growing up listening to guys talk was so like eye-opening for me. And I think it taught me so much more about how to act and how to like fully understand what a guy is saying or doing. Like, I wouldn't automatically attach a guy giving me something as like, oh yeah, they're like super into me. Just because like growing up with my brothers, growing up with their friends, seeing like how it's like, oh yeah, I bought it for her. Like, oh, I could see she liked it, so I got it for her. Like, to them, it was just like, I bought it for her because like she likes it. It's not I bought it for her because like I'm really into her and like I really, really want to like, you know, get to know her more. Like, so to me, seeing a situation where like a guy might buy you something, I wouldn't immediately think like, oh, okay, he wants it to be more. I would just see it as like, oh, I know she really likes strawberries, so I bought her strawberries.
Yeah.
Or I know she really loves pink, so I got her this like really comfy pink like lounge outfit.
Yeah, this is why I couldn't do this is why I couldn't do it, because my brain doesn't think like that. It just doesn't even go that way. It's like, I wouldn't say like it's the clingy thing. It's more of a
you have certain expectations.
Yeah.
It's like it's the expectations. Like if we have this where it's just we're gonna just have fun and that's it, then that's it. Like, don't do extra because my brain, I can't control this bitch. Like, she's gonna go and let's move on to the next
that's the thing is situationships are not meant for everybody, and it can bite you in the ass. Like I've been before with situationships, I've been in friends with benefits where I've caught feelings and I've had to be like, I'm done. I can't because I don't want to be in a relationship, but I caught feelings. So even people like me, where I'm like, I don't want to date you.
Yeah.
So let's do friends with benefits. And we go down that road and then I catch feelings. I'm like, that's not what I wanted. So then I leave it because it all depends on where you are in your life, what you want to achieve, because relationships are a lot of work. To maintain a healthy relationship requires a lot of work. So sometimes a situationship is actually better for you and better for your mental health when you have a busy life, when you're working so many hours in a day and you have family obligations, you have work obligations, you have extracurricular obligations.
Like a release, like you just, you don't have release. But the thing is, like, if you think about it, how many times have we heard of anyone having a successful situationship that lasts longer than like a month or 2 months or 3 months? Or
I've had a few of them,
like consistently straight through.
Yeah,
like it goes consistent.
Yeah,
for like how long?
Yeah,
a couple years.
Yeah.
Okay,
but consistently straight through for a couple years.
Yeah.
No, they disappear and then they pop back up.
But
let's be honest.
But the disappearing is like kind of part of it, though.
Yeah,
isn't it?
no,
but I'm not talking about the disappearing part. I'm talking about like straight through. Like if anybody was, you're never gonna hear of it where it's like straight through, like 12 months straight, like they're just in a
But that's a relationship.
That's a relationship.
That's
You're thinking that a situationship.
Yeah,
you're thinking of a relationship. A relationship is something that's consistent, where you guys meet each other like once a week. That's not what this is. It's literally just, hey, I need some. I'm going to call this person. Oh, they're not available. Let me call my other situationship and see if they're available. Like,
exactly.
It's just whom is available.
And I think so. And also another thing about situationships, it's a little bit more than just a like a one night stand.
It's like repeated. Like you'll do it like you'll do it more than one time.
But you build a little something more than just like a one night stand or a fuck friend. Like you talk and stuff. Like I have one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say his
name.
name,
No, I know.
But I think you know who I'm talking about. Like
I know who you're talking about.
We'll talk on the phone. We'll text. We talk about our jobs.
Like,
we'll go out for dinner,
and then like that's it. Like you guys will go out for dinner and then just come back home. And,
he'll pick me up. We'll go out for dinner and we'll come home. Like we'll go on video chat and we'll update each other.
Because like I've seen you do that.
Yeah. That's essentially a situation.
I'm the crazy one that can't do it. I'm just crazy. I physically can't. Like I cannot do it.
And that's okay.
And even like having like multiple people, like that's hard for me. Like I couldn't do that. If I'm talking to somebody, I can only talk to one person at a time.
At the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you. And the thing is, whether it's a situationship, open relationship, non-monogamy, polyamory, solo of any of that kind of thing, like you have to do what's best for you, because not everybody can do everything. Like even for myself, like I can't, like for me, I can't do monogamy. I've tried it.
Like kills you.
It kills me.
Like you'll watch me and you're
hurts.
like, I don't know how you can do that. Like we're twins, and it's like, it's like I don't know how you can do that. And I'm like, I couldn't do what you did. Like that's the same.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's not for everybody. Not every type of relationship is for everybody. Which is why I think there are so many different relationship options. Like for a while, I was solo, ethical, non-monogamous. I was just solo. It was who I was. I was doing it on my own. I didn't have a boyfriend. I was just having fun and I was meeting new people and I was exploring. But there's a lot of people I would tell that to and they're like, oh, I can't, I don't want to touch that. Like, I can't deal with you because of that. I'm like, you know what? That's okay. I understand. It's not for everybody. I get it. So I think the biggest thing is like to understand that what you're comfortable with, what you're okay with, what you can handle. And it's okay if that is who you are. And it's okay if someone else is the way they are, because even with you and I, like,
that's the thing. It's like, we'll have like full on conversations. Like being non-monogamous it's never going to be okay for me to do that. But
you won't judge.
No, like we'll sit and have conversations. Like you've sat down and explained to me, what it means, like what it means for you and like how it works for you and like your lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I'll talk to you about it. Not a problem. I don't understand it in the sense, like I don't understand like the mentality of it.
Yeah.
But it's who you are. And if it makes you happy, that's all that matters to me. And it doesn't affect me. That's the biggest thing that people need to understand is if it doesn't affect you,
leave it the fuck alone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you don't have any
You
say
don't have
in
to-
it.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't. If it doesn't affect you physically or like emotionally,
Just
like
fuck
just leave it
off.
alone.
Just
Let
go.
people
Just
live their
yeah.
lives, do their own thing. You know, like my sister's lifestyle has not like it's not mine.
Doesn't hurt anybody.
No, it doesn't. But it's not my lifestyle.
For the most
It's-
part, I keep it to myself.
Yeah, it's not something that I would do, but it doesn't hurt me. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't change my life in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, and like a side note, like if you know of anybody who is doing any of these types of relationships, keep your fucking mouth shut. Like I was talking to this one woman and she and her partner didn't tell anybody. And she decided to trust one person. And that one person fucking spread it around.
Ugh.
And it caused problems. It's like
Don't tell
It's
the other
nobody-
people's
It's no one
business.
else's
it's no one
business.
else's business.
It's
Like
really not.
I'm choosing to bring this up in a podcast. I've made that choice. I've thought about it. I thought about how it could affect my career. I thought about how it could affect my other relationships and friendships and things like that. I chose to do it for myself. I made that
Well,
choice.
that's your choice. It's not like we're outing you. Like we're going, oh, you know,
Exactly.
Felicia's non-monogamous. Like that's what you're saying. It's a choice. Like
Exactly.
we also discussed before, even like when we were planning on this podcast, we were talking about like, you know, what we're
What
going to
we're gonna
talk
talk
about
about.
and all this
Yeah.
stuff. And if you were like, no, like X, like not doing it at
Yeah,
all,
we wouldn't bring it up.
We wouldn't bring it up because it's not our business. It's not our
Exactly.
place. It's your personal life. And that's the thing that people need to realize is like, if it's somebody else's business, don't say anything.
Yeah.
At all. Like, don't say anything whatsoever. And I think that's a hard thing for people nowadays with everything going on social media. Everyone's putting their whole lives out in
Oh
the
God,
world.
yeah.
Like, my life is private on social media. My
Mhm.
social media is locked down. Like, you cannot see anything unless I've chosen for you to see it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm very specific on who's on my social media and what people can see. And I also don't post a lot because I don't really need people knowing my business. Like, I've had some things happen in the past, and it's like, people are like, I didn't even know that happened to you. No, because you weren't important enough for me to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
The people that I wanted to know knew about it.
Yeah, I'm of
You
the
know?
mind of like, if I'm going to tell somebody something, I'm going to actually tell them. I'm not going to post it on social
Yeah.
media. It's not something that's really all that important. But back to
As we digress.
back to our situationships conversation. I think in regards to like the stigma of this, like friends with benefits and stuff, it's always kind of along the same lines. It's that idea of like body count for women.
Mm.
You know, oh, how come you have like 3 side pieces? What's going on? I think that
People need to get over that.
it's 2023. Just give it up.
Well,
Like it's not like, as we're saying, it's nobody else's business. Who cares? If like, I would say the only time that it would be of concern is like health reasons.
yeah.
If
Yeah,
you're
'cause-
sitting here with like 3, 4, 5 men and you have something that you can pass on to them
And
and
you
you
didn't
have
say
said
anything?
nothing,
Then
you're a
that's yeah.
despicable human being
Yeah, that's a problem.
and deserve no dick.
But-
Immediately.
Okay, but like the issue that I have with that is, why is it okay to be with like as a woman? Why is it okay to be with one man and say you have sex 3 times a day every single day, and that's okay? But you're not in a relationship and you have a few partners and you'll have sex once or twice a day, every few days, or even every day, and that's not okay. Why is it okay when you're in a relationship but not okay when you're not in a relationship? You get the same amount of sex.
Fragile male ego.
But I don't even think it's just that. I think it's also like the view of women as a society, at least like in North America, the Western world, whatever you want to
But
whatever
like
you
it
wanna call
makes the thing is it makes no it really makes no sense, because if you're going on at the base of like the quantity, like Felicia brought up, that makes no sense. If you're going based on the tightness of a woman, I'm sorry, I popped out a child at my hoo-ha
it
and
snapped back.
it snapped back. Like, our bodies are meant to do that. Like, your hips separate, you push them out, they kind of close back in together.
Mhm.
Like, it snaps back. it's not like you're taking a piece of plastic and spreading it and ripping it and it's not going to come back together. It's not
it's not saran wrap.
It's an elastic band.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna come back. So if you're thinking
a vagina elastic band, a vagina band,
yeah. If you're thinking about the aspect of like the physical part of it, they have nothing to say either because our bodies are meant to take in. And I'm sorry, there is no dick that's big enough that will outsize pushing a child out my crotch.
Fair.
Like she was almost 8 pounds.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing that's gonna match that. Like I'm sorry, your dick is not gonna exceed the size of a child coming out my hoo-ha.
I think it's like a mix of things. Obviously, yes, we have like the male fragile ego. We have society and just like the expectations of what women are supposed to be like and how they're supposed to act. I think there's just an endless assortment of conversations we can have about that. I just think that it should just go by whatever you're happy with, freaking do it.
Yeah.
Just don't be dumb about it. Like I said, don't go spreading freaking diseases. We're sick enough as it is. But like if you're enjoying yourself and you're happy with it and nobody else is getting hurt.
And don't spread other people's business.
And don't spread other people's business.
Unless it's a safety thing. If it's a safety thing, yes. But don't be spreading other people's business. Like if you see someone going out with Billy Bob one day and Jimmy John the other day and Marky Mark the next day.
Names. Okay.
Yeah.
Marky Mark.
Marky Mark the next day.
Marky Mark the 4th.
Yeah. And then, Eugenie the day after that, and then a Chadwick and a friggin'
you're just trying to pull any name out of your ass right now. Anyway, I fully agree though. Like it's nobody else's business. Who cares? If I see Felicia with Alan one day and then like Jessica the next, cool, whatever.
Just keep on walking.
Keep walking.
My next question would be, are they attractive? Like that's the only question we should be asking. Are they attractive? Was it fun? Like
I wouldn't even ask if they were attractive. I would just ask,
did you have a good time?
Like, did you have a good night? Yeah, cool.
I have to live vicariously through other people.
But that's where the group chat comes in and the photos are going through.
I can't live through that. I can't live that life, so I gotta live it through you guys. Yeah. Like all my friends that have fun doing that. Like because I can't, so I just have fun.
Yeah.
You go have fun for me, Felicia.
I always do.
She always does.
She really does.
And we get to hear about it later.
Yeah, the group chat just blows up.
Well, you get to hear all the details. She only gets to hear.
I got the partial. I don't need to know anything about your hoo-ha. I can know about their stuff, but I don't want to know about your stuff.
See, nah, I can't do that.
We're not that close. Like
we are not that close.
No. We are not.
I love you, but I don't love you that much.
Yeah, we'll never be.
I don't know if I could be friends with you guys if you're that close. That would make me feel very uncomfortable.
It's really
it's like if I tell somebody that I'm a twin, they're like, oh,
you can see the light bulb go ding.
And then I have to go, no, it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Gross.
And they're like, oh.
I know. I always wait for it too. It's like,
so
I'm a twin.
nasty.
They're like, ooh, are you a twin? I'm like, it's never going to happen.
Not that kind of twin.
It's so nasty.
Sorry.
Never going to happen. Like, I don't understand this incestual thing that they have. Like,
it's
weird.
I always go, do you have a sister or do you have a brother? They're like, yeah. I was like, okay, well, have sex with them. Oh, I can't do that. They're my brother. They're my sister. Well,
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
It's gross.
I have no interest in. First of all, even if I liked women that way, I am 100% straight, but I am an ally to all. But even if I swung that way, definitely wouldn't be with my sister.
I think like I do swing that way, and I think you're cute, but nah.
Cute? I am freaking gorgeous. Rude.
It's just like looking in a mirror. So.
Audacity.
No, it's really not.
Anyway, I'm not gonna go on the identical twin, not identical twin argument with you guys. That's been long in the making.
And I think we sound different.
Yeah,
we
do. Look and sound different.
Yeah,
we'll wait to see who tells us. If we see, I swear though, people are gonna comment like, "You guys look identical" just to start shit.
Oh, them fighting words.
So anybody watching this on YouTube, if you want to start some shit, just throw that they look identical in the comments.
Please
don't.
Please don't.
Watch the fur fly.
I'll figure out how to block people. Fucking. Oh, you guys look identical. Block. Oh, you guys look the same. Block.
Oh my gosh.
You're cute. Can I have your number? I'll save you.
But you do look the same. Block.
Oh yeah. I was blocking.
Yeah. All right, everyone. So we're going to be moving into our preferred relationship types, and we'll start with Maxine.
I'm very simple. I'm like the ultimate vanilla. I know I'm chocolate on the outside, but I'm extremely vanilla on the inside. So
Like an Oreo.
Really, truly. I'm very delicious, though.
You're really not.
Have you tried?
I don't need to.
I was going to say, you walked into that really awkwardly.
I did.
I don't know. I
did.
You gave that to her.
You really
did.
Anyways, so my relationship type is the standard monogamous. You know, I like guys. I can appreciate a woman's body. You know, like if a woman's got a great body, I'll be like, gorgeous, stunning, beautiful. I don't want to munch on the kitten. It's just a preference for me. I don't want to pet the kitty cat with my tongue.
Tickle the
tickle the pickle. I visualize everything. So when you said like I'm literally just imagining you holding a cat and like biting it. It's not like what you're saying. I know what you mean, but it's not what I'm saying.
It's really funny when we had our cats, which then went to you.
Yeah.
All of my animals go to you.
Yeah.
When they were kittens. So like Jazz, this is why he had a thing with mouths, is I would take his face and just go into his mouth, like shove him in my mouth.
It's so weird.
That's why he liked mouths.
All right. Sorry. Back to your relationship.
Yeah. So I'm standard. Like I like men. I would rather be with a man, and I'm in monogamous relationship. Like I don't want to sleep with other people. I don't want my partner to sleep with other people. Because it's too much. Like I'm a selfish person. I want the attention all on me. I want to give all my attention to one other person. I don't want to go through those steps. So I am non-monogamous, heterosexual. Hetero? Yes, hetero.
Hetero.
Yeah. So I'm heterosexual and monogamous. Heterosexual monogamous. That's it. And then
for me. So I am in a monogamous relationship. And I thoroughly enjoy it. Granted, if we had the opportunity to spice it up and include others in, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I'm
putting an application.
No.
I'm waiting.
I'm of the mind of like, you know, don't knock it till you try it. I don't think that if I were to come and say, hey, like maybe we could have another person and we'll be in, I guess that would be like a polyamorous relationship.
It's dating wise. Yes.
Okay. So like it would be a polyamorous relationship. Like I would be willing to try that because you don't know. Like I can't say, oh, I would never, because I don't know. I've only ever been in monogamous relationships. So I don't really know. I can't comment on it because I've never done it. I would say like bi-curious. I find women attractive. There's a lot of women out there who I'm like, damn.
You'd want to munch on the kitten.
I never have, but I'm not going to say no because
I've actually tried it. Because my philosophy is you can't say you don't like something unless you tried it.
Yeah.
So I had my wild 20s and I tried it. I don't like it.
And that's fine. Yeah. But like, because see, I haven't, so I can't be like, oh no, I would never do it.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to it. I find women attractive. I find the female form attractive. So why would I just like completely, totally remove that from my life?
Yeah.
But I'm currently in a monogamous relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So like preferred would be I'm in a monogamous relationship. That's a relationship that I really enjoy, but I am still open to trying other types of relationships if, of course, my fiance was open to it.
Yeah. Could always be a conversation.
And no, you cannot. Don't. Felicia, don't.
Felicia be like, sad. Felicia's like, I'm
waiting.
I put my bid in now. Like,
she already called dibs. She already wants in.
I already called dibs. If that happens, like, even if you're like, hey, he can have fun, I'm just waiting for permission. Like, I'm respectful. We've been friends
for a long ass time.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for permission. As soon as I get the go ahead, I'm going to be like, hey, whoom, let's do this.
I love that sound effect. Whoom.
Got to make sure that people listening can understand if they can't see me.
Sweeping on forward.
Just whoom.
All I can just hear like the opening of Soldier Boy song. You
I didn't even think of that.
You know,
that's what I'll do. I go, woo.
If she gives you permission, literally, when you make your entrance, just play Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy. And, watch me crack and watch me.
Crack it?
I don't remember. I can hear the song in my head, but the words are not there. So I'm ad-libbing.
You got the little tune in your head.
I do. That's it.
Horrified at the moment that he listens to this episode.
I hope he does.
I don't really know what he's gonna say, and I feel like because it's not a discussion we've ever had.
Oh, okay.
Right. So it's not like we've ever then
hold on.
Jokingly said things.
Hold on. I'm gonna leave a message. I'm gonna leave a message for the sexiness. Sexiness. If you see this, if you hear this, I'm just waiting.
Plus, you've already told him this. You told him this at Christmas.
Yeah.
And Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And my daughter's birthday party.
Uh-huh.
And anytime we're over there.
Accurate.
That was then. This is now.
Okay. Oh, you're just letting him know, like, the offer still stands.
Exactly.
Okay. Just repeat attempts. Just putting it out there on, yeah. Just consistently.
See, one time. It's like, you know what?
I'm not waiting for him.
Oh, you're waiting for her.
I'm waiting for her.
Gotcha.
Which I respect.
See?
Yeah, thank you. I
That's the thing
that.
is, I don't overstep my boundaries.
Yeah. You don't need to steal no one's man.
No.
But
there are many of men in the sea. I'm not gonna steal another woman's man.
Girl, it's not a big old sea. It's a fucking puddle.
No. There are many men in the sea, but how many are worth it is
a
the
puddle.
question.
Is a puddle.
There you go. So
I'm telling you, it's puddle.
anyways, we're getting off topic.
Puddle.
Is it my turn now?
It's your turn now.
It's my turn now. So I am what I like to call, okay, and no hate, don't judge me. This is just me. This is not everybody. But I am what I like to call an equal opportunist.
Really, truly.
I am not all that picky in the sense of looks or body types or ethnicities or anything like that. Or man, woman, anyone that's trans. Like, if I find you attractive in any way, whether it's physically or emotionally, like who you are on the inside or on the outside, it doesn't matter. If I'm attracted to you, I may want to dun-da-da. It is what it is. Like, I am.
I love that's the official sound now. Is dun-da-da.
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 That's,
so you either want the kitten or the elephant trunk. Or the
as long as I can have some fun and you know they're nice to me, I'm nice to them. We're attractive and they can hold a conversation. If you can't hold a fucking conversation, I think that is definitely a downfall. If you can't hold a conversation, keep on walking.
For me, if they're funny, you got me. Like,
I like funny, but I don't always need funny. But like I said, I'm an equal opportunist.
See, I'm funny enough for the both of us, but like you got to hold your own funny. I can't hold the funny.
You can't. Well, for me, it's you can't be too serious. If you're too serious, and like it's just because I've had that. Like,
it's aggravating because it's like if you
much.
try to if you're joking around because we joke around
all the time.
Yeah, if you take everything seriously, it just gets exhausting, and then it's like I feel stifled and I can't be myself, and
then it's uncomfortable. Like, and then it gets to a point like, don't you just end up resenting them in a way? I've been in relationships where like you literally have to be like a whole other person because the person that you're with is just like this is how they are, and it's exhausting.
Nah, at the end of the day,
frustrating.
I am who I am. If you don't like it, keep on walking. Like
that's how I'm like, and it's like because I'm really weird and really odd, as you guys know, and so I have had one long-term relationship where like I'm still friends with his mom and like I'm weird as hell and like I'll talk to other people and she'll just be like, that's Maxine. Like used to it, like that's Maxine, whatever, like we're good, like that's Maxine. And that's usually like if I'm doing something weird, that's the response that they'll get. If somebody's like, what the hell is she doing?
No, that's Maxine.
You get used to it at some point. It doesn't take long. Give it a couple months. You'll be fine.
Like I'll tone down my weirdness in the beginning, and then I'll slowly add it just to see.
It's like adding like sugar to your tea. Like,
yeah,
you're not gonna dump a whole bunch in.
No, you add a little bit at a time. Just
or you're making a big ass meal. You salt. You just put a little bit of salt and you taste a little bit. See if it's right. You add a little bit more salt and taste a little bit.
Because like or like when you're getting food that you first time ever, like you make food for the first time ever, you get a small amount to see if you like it. If you like it, you get a little bit more.
Girl, I've seen you take a big ass plate of food that you've never tried before.
I'm not talking about me because again, I'm an equal opportunist. It don't matter if it's a person or food or anything. It is what it is.
You're just gonna take whatever you can get.
You know what? If it's there, Like yesterday, I'm sorry. I told you, you take what you want to take, and I'll take the rest.
I know. And
it wasn't too much.
And then you finished eating, you're like, I ate too much. And I'm like, well, come on now.
It was worth it at the time. I was starving.
I'm dying. She was like, I'm dying.
I'm
dying so bad. My stomach hurts. I'm like, why did you eat so much?
All I had yesterday was a cup of tea and a small bowl of cereal. Okay, that's all I had. And then, like, if I didn't, and a cookie, because I called my son and I asked if I could have one of his cookies because he wasn't home.
That's why we had children.
Said yes. But besides that, okay, I had a cup of tea, a small bowl of cereal, and a cookie, which was so good. And nothing. I was starving because I was running around all fucking day. I was so hungry.
And that's why I put dinner in the oven before you got home, because
which I appreciate. I was stuck in traffic and then I had to go to the grocery store. I was exhausted. I was hungry. So you know what? I don't regret it. I was an equal opportunist then, and I don't regret it.
If I make dinner tonight and you complain about your stomach because you ate too much too fast, I'm gonna stop making food for you.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
No, I like feeding.
You're a feeder.
I'm a feeder.
I'm
not a feeder because I want to make people fat. Like I don't want to make people fat.
You just enjoy caring for people. You're very motherly.
I like taking care of people.
I could take the caring with less of the side effects.
One would have thought when I had a child, I would have taken my attention.
Well, I was hoping, but unfortunately, you are very needy when it comes to me, and I don't want it anymore. I want it annulment.
Funny enough, my child doesn't want it either.
Yeah,
she's like, let me know. Like,
yeah, then she comes up and bugs me.
I know.
She doesn't do the same thing. Okay, so why is it that she says no to you, but then she comes up and bugs me? She gives me all her attention. I don't want it.
It's because
like I do, but I don't.
It's because you don't want it.
She's very much my niece.
She really is.
It's very annoying.
But back to your relationship.
Yeah. Topic again.
Yes, back to
preferred relationship type.
So right now I am in a polyamorous relationship. Although I only have one partner. I have not a lot. I have a couple special friends.
I have a harem of men and women in which I indulge in on a
girl. I have been busy. I have been busy. I don't have the time for that.
I'm trying to get our businesses going.
Now, that's not to say in the future I won't have a harem of people, but right now, nah. I have people that have been wanting to meet up, and I haven't had the time to, and I feel so bad.
Just wait till they see the podcast.
If they do, and they message me and they're like, "So is this why you've been so busy and you haven't been able to talk yet?" I'm sorry.
Yeah, making money.
I'm sorry.
Trying to build my
bitches
future.
Make money.
That's right. All right. So now we've gone over what we all like, which is all
different.
Like, Eva, we're kind of the same. We're kind of similar. Slightly different, though.
Well, yeah.
She's like
I'm more adventurous and open to trying other things. You're just bland. You're a bland vanilla wafer.
You're like a unseasoned chicken.
You're a ladyfinger. Those really
I said what I said.
Dry. She's a ladyfinger. She is that dry cookie that you got to dip in something or like top with. It's the truth. You are bland and dry.
I am not.
You just said you were
not dry. I am moister than an oyster. Rude. You wait and see.
No, I don't want to see. No, I think we're all good.
Rude. I am not a ladyfinger.
I'm sticking with a bland chicken. Unseasoned.
Boy, you are an unseasoned boiled chicken.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Unseasoned boiled
you guys
chicken.
Any more food? I am not making that dish that you like. That's your favorite.
I'm gonna have to figure out how to make it myself.
Nah,
I'm gonna make it.
The recipe. No, I haven't made it in like over a year.
You will eventually.
I haven't made it.
It's gonna happen.
It's okay. When she does, I'll call you.
Okay, sounds good. On to the questions.
I am not a ladyfinger.
I still love you.
Mm-hmm. I am not a ladyfinger. I am seasoned. I have melanin.
So you're a ladyfinger with like a thin layer of chocolate on top.
I am an Oreo cookie. I am vanilla on the inside and I'm chocolate on the outside.
We're not talking about you as a person. We're talking about your preferences.
Yes, my preferences.
Yeah, which is a ladyfinger.
Not a ladyfinger. An Oreo cookie. I'm crunchy on the outside and soft and delicious. the
But that makes no sense to a relationship type.
No.
Yes, it does.
You just said you're like, I'm bland, I'm vanilla. You're a ladyfinger.
I'm not used to you added on the dry and crusty.
See,
Rude.
I am a candy assortment box.
It's true.
With the
she's like the Ferrero Rocher boxes.
I
with
won't
like
disagree with that.
different types of chocolates.
I won't disagree with that because there have been some mishaps with some people.
Somebody needs to buy me a box of Lindt chocolate for this.
No,
rude.
It's still a cookie. There are some people out there that thoroughly enjoy ladyfingers. I am just not one of them.
I enjoy ladyfingers.
There you go. You got one.
My sister.
But we're not talking about the same type of ladyfingers.
Rude. I
How
cannot.
did you not see that coming from me?
Don't you laugh over there.
Producer is dying.
Don't you laugh.
Okay.
I'm adventurous.
No, you're not.
I try different things.
No, you don't.
Yes,
It's
I
okay.
do.
It's okay. Sometimes she dips the ladyfinger in milk.
Rude. Did we not say this is not the Pick on Maxine show? Audacity. You know what? I'm not making that dish.
A ladyfinger is fine. It's still got a little. It's got flavor. It's better than what I've said.
We're not gonna keep going on this.
Whoever created the ladyfinger, we do enjoy them. We're just talking
rude. Talking shit. Shit.
Okay, go on to the questions. I'm gonna cry.
Good. You deserve it. You heifer. The audacity. I try spicy things. I'm just not gonna say it on a podcast.
Fine.
I have photos to prove it.
Go on.
Now you get to see them.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Questions. Go on.
Questions.
Ask the questions.
Question number 1. If your best friends call you a ladyfinger, are they bitches?
Yes, but you love them anyways.
Yes, they're bitches.
You love them anyways.
That was an easy question.
Question number 2.
Are you going to ask an actual question that we're supposed to, or is this about you being a ladyfinger?
It's about me being a ladyfinger. Rude. Fine. I will move on to the actual questions because clearly mine was not important enough. Keep it up. I'm not going to cook for you anymore.
You're so full of shit.
You won't survive.
I will survive.
Oh. You gonna buy fast food?
I'm gonna eat your food.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anyways, questions on open relationships. And we're going to go back to this ladyfinger thing later. I'm not going to forget about this. Can you still be cheated on in an open relationship?
Yes.
100%.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
this is my naivety here.
Okay. So an open relationship is still a relationship. You still have requirements, responsibilities,
boundaries,
things like that.
rules.
Makes sense.
So say you and your man are in an open relationship.
Okay.
And your rule is you each have to let each other know when you slept with somebody.
Okay, I see what you
say mean. They go and sleep with somebody and they don't tell you.
Yeah.
That's cheating.
Yeah, I get it. Okay.
Like there are many ways to cheat
yes.
in an open relationship. And to be honest, there are way more ways to cheat in an open relationship than a monogamous one. Because in an open relationship, you have rules. So if you have rules...
Yeah, but you have rules in a monogamous relationship.
But the rules are pretty standard. It's like, don't sleep with other people, be honest, whatnot. An open relationship, because it's more complex.
There are rules, there are boundaries, there are expectations.
And they're constantly evolving and changing because as you're going through the relationship, I unfortunately know this because I got pressured into an open relationship. They didn't follow the rules, but got pressured into it. It's constantly evolving and changing. Mm-hmm. And there has to be trust.
Yeah.
So if there's no trust and the boundaries aren't being followed, it's hurtful. It hurts.
And it can cause a lot of damage.
Cause a lot of damage, a lot of friction.
That makes sense.
You know, a lot of resentment, anger, whatnot. And it's like if you're in a committed monogamous relationship and your partner cheats on you. You find out. It's the same feeling. It's like
it hurts.
We have these rules, we have these guidelines, we have these boundaries, and you can't even respect me to follow them. Mm-hmm. So regardless if it's open or not open, like there's still basic respect and trust that has to be in place for a relationship. And it's just as easy to break them in an open relationship because it's not an open relationship. Just from my experience, it's not a free for all.
No,
it's not we're in an open relationship and I'm going to do what I want when I want. Then you might as well be single.
Yeah.
Go be single. If that's what you want. If you want to just do what you want when you want, go be single. It's not a problem. There's a whole puddle for you to find people.
Cheating is not okay, whether you're in a monogamous, non-monogamous, polyamorous. It is not okay.
Like lying. Lying is not okay.
No, it's not.
If you feel like you need to lie to protect your partner's feelings, you're not protecting their feelings. You're being selfish. So it's not like it's just, I can go on forever about this, but we're going to the next question. Does wanting an open relationship mean you don't get jealous?
No, you get jealous.
Yeah, you don't even need to have been in one to know that.
No, of course.
Because
what if they're hotter than you?
Oh, yeah.
What? I'm sorry. No. What if they're hot immediately? Okay. I'm me. And we say we're doing an open relationship thing. And he goes out and picks up this like fine woman. What the hell?
Yeah, jealousy can happen. And it's not just about the looks, it's also about the connection that you can make with somebody.
And the time that they spend. Like if your partner's spending a whole bunch of time with somebody else and they're literally neglecting time with you and your family.
Yeah.
That could cause, like for me, because one of my love languages is like time, like
spending time.
That would be a huge thing for me. Is if you're going off and spending time with this other woman and being intimate with her and all that stuff, and then you come home to me, you're like, I'm tired, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
No, I gotta go to work.
And that happens.
That would piss me off.
And I would have to say, I think like an emotional connection over a physical one, I think that would freak me out more.
It's more painful.
Like I would be like heart ripped out, like Mortal Kombat style, crushed on the ground, because an emotional connection is like, that's serious.
Well, that can be a deep connection.
Yeah.
Like it can be strong. And there are people who have been in open relationships and they have like, say they have a friends with benefits. They build that emotional connection. They'll leave their current partner for that other person.
Yeah.
Which, not to say it happens all the time, like doesn't happen every single time, but like I've heard of that. I've heard of that happening once.
Is there, but it's the same as if you're in a monogamous relationship.
Oh, it's happened.
And your partner is seeing someone behind your back and they built an emotional connection with someone and then they end up leaving you for that person.
Oh, well, I've heard of that many times.
That can happen. It's just that the fear of that person building an emotional relationship with somebody else. That's one of the biggest things for me. Like why I will not do an open relationship. That's a huge thing for me.
Plus, well, because you're somebody who's built like,
I need that emotional connection.
Yeah, so the emotional connection for you is like so much more important than anything else in a relationship, that is like the ultimate betrayal for you.
Oh yeah.
Right. I mean, ultimate betrayal for me, obviously, as well, because an emotional connection, in my mind, like if you have an emotional connection with somebody that deep, like whatever relationship I have with this person is now done because you have an emotional connection with that person. I can't, no amount of like working out, hair color, high heel, like there's no changing that. It's emotional. It's not physical, right? It's who that person is and like what they bring to the relationship that person's attracted to.
Oh yeah.
So like, yeah, you can't break that. Like it can be broken eventually, I'm sure, but like it's not something that you can just like change your appearance to break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
all right. So the next question is it okay to have a one-sided open relationship?
Yes and no. It all depends on what you agree with your partner. Like
I was gonna say, if it wasn't agreed upon.
Here's the thing. I've actually had a one-sided open relationship. So I wasn't seeing other people, but he was. And
isn't that usually how it always goes with the one-sided open relationship? I don't know 100%, but like it seems like that would be the case.
I've had it reversed where I was able to do my own thing and didn't. Yeah.
I honestly, just from my own experience, first of all, it was horrific. Absolutely hated it. Again, I was pressured into an open relationship.
But yeah, and that is not okay. To be pressured into that.
No, I was pressured into it, and I just mentally at that point in time, I wasn't mentally able to handle the pressure that was being put on me and the manipulation that was occurring. So I ended up doing the open relationship, and I hated it. Now, is it okay if both parties agree to it?
Yeah.
And there's respect on both sides and communication and boundaries that are in place? then yeah, I don't see anything wrong with it. It's two adults making the decision for their relationship. And if it works in the relationship, great. But if it's being used as a manipulation tactic so somebody else can go and just have their fun, but the other person's literally just sitting at home,
that's not okay.
No.
that's not okay. You know, and the biggest thing is don't manipulate your partner into doing something like that. If you want to have that kind of relationship, if they're not into it, move on.
Yeah.
If that's something that you need to have as a relationship, find someone that will best suit that relationship for you.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Don't manipulate them for it. All right, so next question is, but if sex is open to others, what defines the relationship?
See, and that gets a little complicated because everybody's relationship requirements are different. I've heard of some people have where kissing is just for them, and when they have partners, there's no kissing. Others is oral sex, others is backdoor activities, like it or holding hands. Like it just all
So
depends.
like the boundaries, like what is the no-go?
I find not all, but most people who enter into open relationships, they'll have that one thing that only they can do to keep it where it's just for them.
The thing is, relationship too, like solid relationships aren't just based on sex. It's not only sex.
Well, I think that's
But then that's another aspect that some people go down is like you can't go on dates, you can't talk on the phone, you can't like once you've done the meet and greet, there's no texting or calling other than
on, like
set
trips
up
with that person.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
and that's the thing. Like relationships are more than just sex. If you have a relationship that it's literally just sex, my honest opinion, it's never gonna last. It's never going to last if it's only sex. Like if sex is the only part of the relationship that is good or the only part that you guys really just want to do and you're just calling it a relationship, I can't see that working because sex changes as you evolve in your relationship, as you get older, as you change as a person, sex changes. So even
like your sexual preferences and stuff change too.
And like the things that you like doing sexually, like what I like doing sexually when I was like in my early 20s is now different in I'm not aging myself right now.
You kind of did, but yeah, go on.
Whatever. Like I could be 45. Who knows? Like you just never know. Anyways, the things that we do in a relationship isn't sex. Like my happiest relationship, we would just be chilling, laughing, joking around, talking about our day and our future and our lives and whatnot. And like that for us was great.
But also it also depends on what you require. Like for me, that doesn't work for me. For me, I do require sex and all that stuff. For me, that is a big aspect of a relationship. Not the only aspect of a relationship.
No, because you still like communication. It's just not, you don't need it as much as I do.
I think when it comes to open relationships, you have to figure out what you're okay with, what you're not okay with, what your boundaries are. And like just first of all, have an honest conversation with your partner. Like full on, like even if it takes days to go through everything, like Google is your friend. Google this shit. See if anyone else is like, I guarantee if you Google it, you'll see that so many other people have asked these kind of questions and figure out what kind of questions you should be asking your partner to figure out what is the actual outcome that you want? What are you looking for? Because there's always a reason why you want to do this. And I'm sorry, but saying is because you have a dead bedroom is not enough of a reason to do that. Because if you go down that route, someone is always going to get hurt.
Having a dead bedroom?
Yeah. So like no sex.
Oh, okay.
Like, so like say you and your partner haven't had sex for like 6 months. That's a dead bedroom.
I did not know that. That is a very interesting. See, I learned something new today.
I'm telling you, Reddit.
That's awesome.
Reddit is my friend. I've learned so much from that over the years.
It's very interesting. Like, okay.
Yeah. Another thing to keep in mind too, if you're doing an open relationship, is be open to it evolving.
Yeah, and be open to rejection.
Yeah,
because when you're looking for friends with benefits, situationships, whatever it is that you're looking for, you're going to have some rejections, even if you already have a partner, because you have partners who you're like, I can be picky. I can do this. I can do that. And you know what? It's so like, everyone's going to want me because I have a partner that wants me. And don't get me wrong, your partner probably loves the crap out of you. but not everybody's going to find you attractive, or they're not going to find you funny, or they're not interested, or whatever's happening. Like, don't let it upset you. Don't be cocky about it, but don't let it upset you, and just be like, you know what? I'm going out there to meet new people. I'm trying to have some fun, and let's just see how it goes.
I think it's beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Exactly.
And just as you said, like, what is beautiful or attractive for one person isn't. Like, we can take a look at like TikTok celebrities or just like actors and stuff like that, and you'll have huge debates like, oh, this person's so sexy.
Oh yeah,
so
we do
attractive.
that all the time.
And then everyone's like, oh no, he like really not attractive. And somebody else is like, oh my god, so sexy. And like, it's just, some people find somebody attractive, some people don't.
Oh yeah, even with the four of us, we'll be like, oh, one of us will be like, oh, that guy's hot. I don't think so. Like, it just, not everyone likes the same person.
Yep, just preferences. All right, let's go on to the next question here. What if you fall in love with someone else?
We kind of touched on that a little bit, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it can happen.
Are we talking about like if you're in an open relationship
and you're not your main partner, but like somebody you're having fun with, you fall in love with that person?
Well, okay, so if you're in an open relationship and you fall in love with somebody else, like, okay, let's be honest. I'm just gonna put this out here. You can love more than one person. That's how poly relationships happen. Like, you can love more than one person. But if you've reached that point of falling in love with somebody and you already have a partner and your partner's not okay with that, you've got to figure out what the fuck you're gonna do. Like,
you have to you got to choose.
You got to choose,
essentially.
And to be honest, if you got yourself in that position, you fucked up. You did something you weren't supposed to do.
The thing is, I can see someone falling in love with somebody else, and it may not be intentional. Because the thing is, you're right. I honestly believe that you can love more than one person. Because look at society now. People will be in relationships. They're telling their partner, "I love you, I love you, I love you." It ends. They now are dating someone else. "I love you, I love you, I love you." The only difference is people are saying you can't love more than one person at the same time.
Yes, you can.
No, you can, because the emotions don't change. The feelings are still there. It's just you meet these people at different times. If you met them all at the same time and talked to them at the same time, those feelings may still be there at the same time. You just choose one of them.
I think if you fall in love with somebody in an open relationship that's not your partner, before anything else, you need to actually have a conversation with your partner and figure out what the next steps are going to be. And like, if you're wanting to see where it goes, like, just understand you might end up losing your partner because they might not be okay with that.
Well, that kind of leads into the next question.
What's the next question?
Is, if I like someone who wants this, but I don't know myself, what should I do?
Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it. But communication. So if
you have to actually talk about it,
because like, if you're on the fence, because it's not just if you don't know what to do. Like, for me, like, I'm like dead set. No.
I'm
like,
sorry. I thought you were talking about, because you were saying,
oh yeah, because it does. It kind of falls.
Like, are you trying for that question? Is it if being in your partner, like, say my partner wants to be in an open relationship, but I'm on the fence?
Yeah.
Then I would highly suggest researching, lots of communication, and just taking it slow. There's no need to rush for this. Like, the world's not going to end tomorrow for you to be able to experience this. Like, you have time. Like, take your time with it. Don't ever rush into this, because I know so many people have rushed into it and it's bitten them in the ass.
Yeah.
Just take your time.
Doesn't seem like the kind of thing you would want to just jump into all willy-nilly.
Well, no, but
and you also have to kind of know yourself too, right? Like, I know I'm a horrendously jealous person.
But the thing is, a lot of times the people that want to do this, they usually want to do it for the wrong reasons.
And it's usually,
well, I mean, like, the people who start that conversation.
Yeah.
They do it for the wrong reasons. They want to go and have fun. They want to have sex, but they're not actually thinking of the consequences of those actions. So, like, I can go have fun. I can go have sex, and my partner's just gonna have to deal with it. Like, just don't rush. Talk about, because even if you're the one that brings it up, you still need time to think about it too. Because there might be this one main aspect of it that you really want to do. But what about all the other ones? What about your emotional state? What happens, because you think that you're going to be able to find people? What happens if you can't find people, but your partner does? Or what happens if your partner doesn't find anybody and they get upset and you're having the time of your life? Like, are you just going to negate your partner's feelings? Like, what are the steps you're going to take to make sure that this doesn't impact your relationship negatively? If you're going to do this, you're doing it to to have a positive impact. You're doing it for both you and your partner. You're not just doing it for yourself. Otherwise, that's just very selfish.
Biggest thing is communication. At the end of the day, everything, all these questions, it's communication.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing is if you're going to go into this lifestyle, if you're going to go into this type of relationship, first, make sure you're not being pressured. Like, know what you want to do, regardless of what your partner wants. Is this something you want to do for yourself? Second is, are you guys going to be able to maintain consistent communication through the whole thing? Like, do you feel comfortable going, hey, I don't feel good knowing that you did X, Y, or Z. Let's reevaluate on how we're doing this. Do you feel like your partner's going to be receptive to that? If you feel like your partner's not going to be receptive or pick a fight with you or argue with you on it, might not be something you want to do if you can't communicate with them. I
also think that if you're going to go down that road, you should also have requirements for your own personal relationship in the sense of how many times are you two going to go out on dates? How like if you guys live together, are you going to make sure that you both come home at the end of the night? Are sleepovers allowed? Are you allowed to bring people into your home, or is it just that you have to be out of the home? Like nobody's allowed to come to the home. If you have children, like who's going to watch the child or children,
or like meeting the kids? Like nobody's meeting my kid.
But again, like some people do. Like you have to know what you're comfortable with and like what your boundaries are, and like take your boundaries and your partner's boundaries and see how they'll fit together. Because if you can't make sure that you respect each other's boundaries, it's never going to work ever.
Yeah.
Anyways, any more questions?
No, but we have some resources here just for anybody that's interested. So we have it listed just within our research, just in this lifestyle. So a favorite book among a lot of non-monogamists is called The Ethical Slut, which is an introduction to the different types of non-monogamy in today's society. This is not advertisement. We're not getting paid for this. It's not advertisement for it. And then there's also another podcast, Dan Savage's podcast, Savage Lovecast, which is highly recommended by the producer. Very highly recommended. And again, we're not affiliated with either one of these. And
these are just based off personal experiences.
Like research and experiences. But yeah, so you can take a look at those. And I think that's it.
All right. Well, with that, thanks everybody for joining us for another episode of Group Chat Unfiltered, talking about relationships. We look forward to seeing you guys again. Are you bringing up the ladyfinger thing?
Yeah, I'm still annoyed about that.
We look forward to seeing you guys again. Please feel free to, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to our channel. We'll be putting out episodes every week on Monday. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, we'll also be uploading new episodes every Monday. And we hope you enjoy it. And we hope to see you guys again.
And send us questions. Anybody has questions? Anybody wants to know anything or any topic ideas? Let us know in the comments.
Heck yes. All right, guys. Have a good one. And we'll see you again.
Bye-bye.